Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to the stream. Okay, I was just making sure. Is the chat popping up on there? Okay, it is. All good. All good. I just wanted to make sure I had all that set up. So, welcome everyone to the stream. Um, yeah, we got some. I've known about this stuff for a while. Like, I'm sure some of you guys know about it as well. But I just thought, you know, I haven't really talked about it on the stream, and some people were asking about it yesterday. So I thought, because I had to end my stream early yesterday, I would do a stream today and so not focus on this, but this just be a discussion because I'm interested to see what you guys think because it just seemed like people were just giving their opinions on it, but I think they were wrong. Anyway, we'll jump into it in a second. But welcome everyone that's coming to the stream. Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you, Lewis. Thank you, Abdul. Red M. Welcome to the stream. Fortnite fans is in here. Aiden is a loser is in here as well. Novacore. Welcome everyone that's coming in. Greatly appreciated. So we'll just get into it, obviously. So if you've been here before, you'd know this. But if you are, if like your first time to the stream or haven't been here for a while, just keep the chat nice and civil. Have a good time. We'll just have a talk about what we want to do, and yeah, all that stuff. And if you want to get your question 100% answered or your comment 100% read out, you just want to help the stream and myself or the channel just in general, you can super chat by clicking the little like dollar emblem down in the text box. It's been like 20 years doing this stuff and we still don't even know what to call it. The little Minecraft Lego dollar emblem, you can click that and you can donate through those means. Or you can click the link at the top of the description which does say streamlabs.com/Pagey and you can donate through those means as well if you just want to donate through those means, I guess. How is Cal? Cal is good. He's actually a bit tired. We just went for a walk and I just had a shower, so that's why my hair might look a bit wet. It's just because went for a walk and I decided to have a shower before jumping on stream. So yeah, but he's just there and he's lying down. I actually might show you him quickly. There he is. He's lying down. That's not a stick. That's a piece of ribbon that he's brought up. But that part of it is a stick that he was chewing. Am I getting the Blu-ray? Not today. I think it comes out today. Actually, it came out yesterday in Australia. But I'll probably pick it up on like maybe Friday or over the weekend or something. And then I'll jump into watching all that stuff again, like the bonus features and stuff, because I like watching that stuff. And you can see Cal behind there now. I don't know what he's doing. The fact that he's sniffing the wall has me a bit paranoid. The door's open, so I know I wouldn't just go out there. Anyway. But yeah, just let me have a quick look through the chat just to see if there's anything to talk about before we jump into it. Okay, no, we'll just jump into it. So actually I have to bring this picture up. Hold on. How do I do this again? I do it through here. Okay, all good. Cal, you're making me really paranoid and anxious with you just walking behind me. Anyway, let me. Where is it? Here we go. Okay, so I found it, but before I click it, so to set up some context, essentially, there's a new show on. It's either Entertainment Weekly's YouTube channel or Entertainment Tonight's. One of them. Why do the things in Hollywood have basically the same names? It's one of them. It's either ET or EW. One or two. One of you guys might know in the chat once we get into it and you can clarify. It's a show called Shipworthy. Now, essentially, they basically jump into the current ships of the show. So basically, with Arrow, you'd have Olicity. With Flash, you'd have West Allen. And with other shows, you'd have whatever they might be. So basically, whatever the quote-unquote big ship or like the ship with the main character is. And I don't even know what they do. I didn't bother watching it because I think I probably developed some sort of STD by watching it. So I don't even bother like clicking on it. But from what I can gather, it's just an interview with the character, the actors that play those characters within that ship. I think that's what it is. That's the general grasp of it. Once again, if anyone knows, let me know in the chat. But essentially, the host is called Leanne Aguilera. I'm guessing you say her last name just like Christina Aguilera. I don't know if she copied that or something, but I'm guessing that's how you say it. So she's the host. That's the main thing to remember. She's the host. I doubt she created the show. She might have had some like a hand in developing some stuff of it if she was like given the job. Like you're hosting it, so you have to like help do some stuff with it. But for the most part, I doubt she came up with the premise for the show because I think the premise for the show in itself is toxic as hell. Not with every single show, but with certain shows where you do have multiple ship groups and stuff like that, whether it's 2, 3, 4, whatever it might be. And I'm not saying with the same characters, because the show is focusing on the main ships of the show, you get people that get like triggered or something because their ship that might exist on their show isn't the main one. Just elementary stuff like that. So what was it? I just lost my train of thought. What I was going to say. So essentially, she's the host. I don't know if she came up with it, but I think the premise of the show in itself is fairly toxic. So they've done like all the shows, and eventually, as you'd expect, going down the what do you call it? The track, if you want to call it, or down the road, or the path, or whatever the show of this internet show, you get to the Flash, and of course they're going to do West Allen. So this is where I think it gets toxic, and I think if they'd done Olicity a couple of seasons ago, I think it would have been the same thing. I think now everyone's over Arrow with all that stuff. I think like in regards to people that watch what do you call it, the shows and stuff. Like no one really, in regards to watching Arrow, like no one really cares about like the whole ship things. Like everyone's like, hey, Olicity, it's happened. Like, who cares about it? But with West Allen, obviously there's still like, if you have people that like Snowbarrow, which I can understand. There's still the whole Paddy and Barry thing, which is a big thing. I think. Even like the general viewer is on the Paddy and Barry bandwagon and stuff like that. So essentially, I bring up, where did I put it? That's down here. Okay, you should be able to see that. Okay, so this is her post, and she goes, "Enough! I won't take any more negativity. I can't read negativity in these comments. West Allen fans, I'm so thrilled you love this video. I put a lot of time and care into this, so thank you very much for watching, and please just ignore the other comments." Snowberry fans, this video was not about your ship, it was about West Allen. Just because you demand something doesn't mean I have to do it. I choose these couples based off a long list of factors, with the biggest being how many legitimate romantic scenes they have together. And I'm sorry to tell you, but at this point, that would just not be possible for Snowberry. Please take your negativity elsewhere, because I won't tolerate it on my Instagram account. So I'll leave it there for like another 30 seconds, just in case you want to read it yourself. Essentially, that's what she posted. Now, from the context I can get and just what was set up, apparently she was getting... I want to say it was through Instagram she was getting negative comments, but it might have been through the YouTube video as well. Once again, I didn't want to click on it because I thought I might have contracted some sort of disease from watching it, so I didn't bother clicking on it. But essentially, she was attacked by Snowberry fans for all of this, and she... Is the cat still annoying cow? That's from Flash 508. Not recently. I think there was like some barking on the other day, but it was the other dog, so it might have moved on from Cal. Anyway, but thanks Flash League for making me lose my train of thought. Just let me look at the chat quickly, just in case I missed anything. Also, just in case I missed anything, because I was asking questions about whether I stuffed up information before. Let me have a look through the chat. Did you put drama alert for views? I highly doubt that, because it's a live stream. I wouldn't get any random new viewers because of a search. Okay, I can't see anything. I think it's ET. I'm confident that it's ET, not EW that she's with. Anyway. So, okay, it was mostly on her Instagram. Okay, so apparently it was mostly on her Instagram, but she essentially played the victim. Now, I have issues. To make it clear, I don't think she should have been attacked. Let's make that clear. She shouldn't have been attacked. There's no need for it. You know, it's unneeded. However, she did play the victim, but this Leanne Aguilera it's like, if you've been on Twitter, especially if you're Arrow, because if you're a big fan of Arrow when you are on Twitter, you would know this. Essentially, she does suck up to the main ships of the shows to get followers. And she does that on Instagram as well. But mainly on Twitter. If you go to her Twitter, especially like, maybe not of recent, but especially like last season and like maybe season 5 of Arrow, when there was like a big question mark on Olicity, she was sucking up to those fans and stuff like that. And that's how she would get followers and stuff like that. But in turn, you'd get followers from other... If there's Olicity fans that might like Snowberry or something like that, you're setting yourself up to be, executed if you step in the wrong lane, if that makes sense. So, if you're going to make a show and be a host of a show called Shipworthy, then you are putting yourself in the position to be like not necessarily targeted, but to get in all the drama that surrounds us. Because as I said, the whole ship thing, it's all toxic. Like, everyone should know that. If you've, let me know in the chat. If you have Twitter, if you've even dipped your toe in regards to all that ship Twitter stuff, it's toxic as hell. Now, not all of it is toxic. It's just that you get a small group of every single group, or what do you want to call them, that is as toxic as you'll get. Basically, if you just say, oh, that wasn't the best episode for Felicity, oh my god, sexist, oh my god, what are you doing? That was so sexist what you said. What, I said that she didn't have the best episode? Yeah, it was so sexist. And then if you say anything about Iris, oh my god, racist. Right? All I said is that she shouldn't have known that scientific terminology. Not racist. You know what I mean? It's just stupid stuff like that. And if you just dip your toe in that, just saying Iris, if you just said, oh, I really like that episode of Flash, except for that one bit where Iris was smarter than everyone else or something like that, or she figured stuff out before Harry or Cisco. If you just said that, you'd be attacked. You'd be quote tweeted saying, "Oh, look at this racist person." You know what I mean? It's just stuff like that. But I when it comes down to it, I think the Leanne Aguilera thing is that she is a media host, and I think she just needs that attention. So she will just suck up to whoever will give her that, like, what's the word? I don't want to use the word clout because that just sounds, I hate using that word because I think it's sort of cringy, but she'll use that word to just, she'll use like the platform to mingle with those fans just to basically grow a follower account, which might land her another job. I don't know, something like that. It just might help her in whatever she's doing. But I think the premise of the show is toxic. And if they do it in the, like, if I don't know if any other shows, because does anyone want to let me know? Because I know they've done Arrow, because I saw a tweet about it. And I know obviously they've done Flash. So I don't know what other shows they do which might have like a toxic sort of fan base in regards to the, whatchamacallit, sorry, my phone's buzzing for some reason, the whole ship things. But, you know, I don't think there's worse ones out there. Like, Flash is pretty bad, but I think you could find worse ones. So, if honestly, I wouldn't have this show going on, and I don't think it really gets that much attention either. For the fact that it's a thing based on fandoms and they only release one every now and then, I don't think it gets that much attention. You know what? I'm gonna have to search one. I'm sorry if you can hear because I do have my desktop audio on just in case stuff comes through Streamlabs. So I'm sorry if you get okay. So they've done a Riverdale one. They've done 2 Riverdale ones. They've done a Olicity one, and that's it. Okay, how many subscribers is... Okay, so Entertainment Tonight has 1.3 million subscribers, and the videos only get... Seeing that they've done 4, and I guess, 4 months or something, they don't really get that much attention. So for me, if I was making... Oh, they've done 7 episodes, sorry, because it says Season 1, Episode 7 for the West Allen one, which was released 6 days ago. For me, it doesn't seem worth the drama. It doesn't seem worth the host getting attacked and all this stuff. And as I said, I can understand why people would be upset, but I still don't think attacking them is correct. Like, it's most likely all done behind closed doors as well, behind, like, you know, faceless accounts and stuff like that. But the whole, like, if I was running Entertainment Tonight, I'd be like, is it really worth it? We're really spending money on producing this show. Like, I guess all of it is done because I did see a screenshot. I'm pretty sure the Flash one, at least, was done at Comic-Con. I don't know. Like, I'm having a look. I'm just like, all the other ones, I don't know how they do it. Because I know the Flash one was done at Comic-Con, but I'm not sure how the other ones would have been done because they were done months ago before there was, you know, Comic-Con. So, yeah, I don't know. If I was doing this show, if I was like, producing this show, I'd be like, is it really worth it, all this drama? Because to be completely honest, I would just like scrap it. You know, I wouldn't even bother like dealing with it. Especially if you're getting people attacked through it and forcing themselves to, you know, not close their Twitter, but like silence not to close their Twitter, sorry. Like silence their Instagram, if that's the best way to, you know, like you block comments, or you can only allow comments from like people that you follow. I think that's how it is. It's something like that. Is my real name Bob? Possibly. But what are your thoughts on that? I'll scroll up the chat, obviously, because I've just been looking at that stuff and like looking at stuff on screen. I'll get rid of this shipworthy YouTube search because I think that itself could give me some sort of disease. Real people with real lives are different from fictional characters. Deal with it. That's the important thing to remember. I think that's one thing that a lot of people fail to realise is that, like, say, Candice Patton isn't Iris West, that Danielle Panabaker isn't Caitlin Snow, that Grant Gustin isn't Barry Allen, and all those other like Emily Bett Rickards isn't Felicity Smoke and stuff like that. People need to realise that. But I think the main 2 actresses that I sort of feel like, I do feel bad for because they're going to struggle, I think, after the show. And that's because you'll see it with other people as well. Like, they'll be massive. And I think it's the same for the people on Riverdale as well, if they don't do stuff while they're doing Riverdale. Is they'll get massive through one show and they'll have, like, massive following, maybe massive following for TV, if you know what I mean. But then they, because they're, like, a part of a ship or something like that, they have all these fans, but then they're stuck with that character. So everyone sees Emily Bett Rickards as Felicity Smoke. Everyone sees Candice Patton as the Flash from the Iris West from the TV show and stuff like that. No one sees them as Candice Patton or Emily Bett Rickards, or for Riverdale. Like, even the people from Smallville and stuff struggle with that. Like, they were pretty big when that show was on. I think even like some of the people, like the people from Game of Thrones, struggle with that as well. And that's not even a ship thing. So, what was I going to say? The fans really don't help out their favorite actors who play their favorite characters by going too overboard with the whole ship thing, in my opinion. You ship Barry and Jon Snow? Oh yeah, yeah, that was in the Flash episode, wasn't it? Yeah. Iris is not dying. Get over it. Who's saying Iris is gonna die? If they're gonna kill off Iris, they already would have done it. They could do something this season where she's meant to die in the future, but I think she's gonna be like one of the few that's probably alive in the future with Nora. Why can we get a drink? Why can we drink a drink but not eat and eat? Because I'm pretty sure a drink isn't like what it's meant to be called. It's meant to be called a beverage. Like even water is meant to be called a beverage, but everyone just calls it a drink. It's like when you say I'm gonna get something to eat. You go I'm gonna get something to drink. Because I don't go, I'm drinking my drink. I go, I'm drinking my water. I'm drinking my Coke or something like that. That's a weird question. I don't know why we jumped into that. Did I see the Doom Patrol casting? Which one? Doom Patrol. Is it the same one? Is it the Nick Cage one? That was from like a week ago, I think. I think it might be referring to that. Warstu stole your thumbnail and video idea. Which one? Might have to let me know about that one. What do I think of KSI versus Logan? I said this yesterday, but I talked to two people that definitely know stuff about boxing, and one that sort of does and understands the general fighting of it, or the general structure of it. And they both said it should have been. A draw's fair, but if they were going to, if a winner had to be chosen, it was Logan. Logan won about 3.5 rounds. Logan clearly won 3 rounds. KSI clearly won 2 rounds, and one of the rounds was a tie. So both of them get 10 points in a tied round. Is my real name Barry Allen? I'll keep that on the down low for now. No one stole anything from you, Pagey. Dab on them haters. Well, I would dab. I just really hurt my elbow then in the shower. I wasn't practicing my dab. I was sort of practicing it's sort of like a floss combo dab sort of thing. I don't want to reveal it to you yet. I'm really yet still working on it, but I just sort of hurt my elbow doing it. How's my day? It's only 9:20, so it's pretty early. If you are new to the stream, you can just scroll back because I'm not going to go through it all again. So you should be able to scroll back through the stream, and we basically start around you'll see there'll be something up on the screen, which is basically when we're talking about it. It's like an Instagram comment. So if you are new to the stream, you can just scroll back and stuff like that. Monqua Edwards with the $2. Thank you very much for that, Monqua. Would Felicity's company be called Queen Technology? Well, I don't think she's calling herself. She's not adopting the last name of Oliver Queen. Felicity Queen, I don't think rolls off the tongue that well. And the whole thing is people love Felicity Smoke. I think that'd be weird if they tampered with that. So I doubt it'd be called Queen Technology. What I plan for the day? Today, nothing. Tomorrow I have to go deal with my car, and then I have the dentist, and then the next day I have something to do with the hospital. So the next 2 days are fairly busy, but today nothing. It's basically just I probably have to make a couple of videos to for the next couple of days, or at least plan them out. Felicity Queen sounds like it sounds like a name you get on Twitter or something like that. Yeah. Will Oliver get a new beard this season? Doing different than the one he already has, like we have in the posters and stuff. Don't think so. I think if anything, he'll probably keep that beard. I'm interested to see what they do with it because I don't know if it would be that long. They might trim it, but then I don't know if they'll just shave it completely off. It's sort of hard to tell. The cardboard box in the back is gone. Wrong. It's actually right there. So I'm just blocking. I just moved to the other side of the couch. How do you think Ollie gets out of jail? I'm hoping he breaks out or something like that because I think it'd be pretty lame if it's just you Oliver or Mr. Queen, you've just been released from prison. How handy is that? I'd hate if it was that. I'd rather a breakout. Um, am I excited about the Solo Joker movie? Sort of. I'm intrigued. I think it'll be good. I wouldn't say I'm overly excited though. I'll go see it, but I'm not like on the edge of my seat waiting to see it. But I'm looking forward to it. What is up, Drama Roulette Nation? I'm your host, Killer Keemstar. Let's get right into the news. I thought I'd read that comment out just because a couple of people were saying it. Tom Holland and Zendaya shippers are calling people racist because they don't want Zendaya to play Ariel, or Ariel, however you pronounce the Little Mermaid's name. Believe me, it's just like Wes Allen's, maybe worse. I have an issue with that Zendaya because isn't Little Mermaid set in the Caribbean? So it seems a bit weird that it wouldn't be like at least someone with sort of dark skin. So the Caribbean's like Barbados, Jamaica, and all those countries and stuff. So it seems a bit weird that it wouldn't be someone. I don't know. Obviously, it wouldn't matter if they casted a white person, but then again, with the setting, I don't think it really matter if they casted someone that looked like they were from the Caribbean or something. Anyway, will I make more Titans videos? Yeah, when stuff comes out. I was going to do a video on the Doom Patrol cast, and I was like, it's so little. Like, I'd rather than just release some Titan stuff, whether it's... I can't believe we still don't have an official, like, a poster look at Raven, Beast Boy, or Starfire. I can't believe that. I mean, we have multiple ones of Robin and a Hawk and Dove one. Why don't we have any from the other Titans? It seems really silly to me, so hopefully we get them out. What's my opinion on Legends? I like it. It was definitely the best show last season. Pagey versus Eric, Dawn of Poppingness. That'd be interesting. That would be an interesting, possibly live stream. Do I watch Game of Thrones? I do. I'm one of the people that doesn't think it's as good as people say. I do think it's very overhyped. When it's good, but it's got so much boring crap in it. Like last season was good because they just shortened it down. Previous seasons, oh god, you fall asleep in some episodes. They're so boring. But when it's good, obviously. Do you think Starfire's look will be changed? Well, it's a bit late now, but then again, they only showed us stuff from episode 1, so who knows? My only issue is the hair. The actual suit I'm fine with because they showed like another thing of the suit where it looks more like the comics in regards to like the design, the pattern. Like it's still a dress, but it has like patterns and stuff which look very like from the comics. It's just the hair. The hair is terrible. You can't defend the hair. Mauricio with the $2. Thank you very much for that, Mauricio. Why doesn't Nora want to talk to Iris? Obviously, there's a couple of options. My theory is that it's just that Iris basically in the future, so old woman Iris basically said, yo, don't be an idiot. Don't misuse these powers. One of the misuses of them is traveling back in time and, fucking the timeline up. Please don't do that. And look like Nora did. She fucked the timeline multiple times in different areas. There was multiple booty calls for the timeline. So... she's probably guilty. Obviously, the Iris that she's interacting with wouldn't know that, but I think it's just the fact that she's there still like weighs on her. But I don't know. I have to wait and see. But thank you very much for that, Mauricio. Am I hyped for Teen Titans season 6? Well, it's not confirmed. Like they didn't confirm it. They said that like the movie had to because the movie was gonna set the budget for that show or something like that. So it might not even happen. Can we please have Sarah Lance in the crossover? That's like probably maybe her or Ray Palmer I'd like to see in the crossover. But I don't know if that's going to happen. We might get it in like one episode, but there must be a reason. They said it's scheduling. I don't think it's scheduling. So it's sort of disappointing that they won't be there. But I don't know. They might shock us and they just go, oh, we're playing with you. These handful of legends are in the crossover. Favorite comic book movie? Probably Dark Knight. I know it's such a cliche answer, but it pretty much is. I really do like the Batman v Superman Ultimate Cut, or whatever it's called. And Spider-Man 2, I really like. Big fan of Thor Ragnarok as well. Do you think Grant did a good job playing Savitar? I do. Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't that much of a difference, like he was still Barry Allen. I think you guys would know this. I still hate the fact that Savitar was future Barry or like a time runner Barry. I think it was some worst decision that it should have been like just someone like a massive surprise, like make Eddie Savitar or something like that, or just make Savitar. Like Savitar has no identity, and even if he comes out, it's just someone that we don't even know, which would be weird. So they probably just keep him in the suit. But yeah, they didn't handle the end of season 3 that well. Like, but in regards to that, like if you're just going to base off what we saw, I still think Grant did a decent job at what he was doing. They aren't having Legend of Tomorrow characters in because they want a proper blah girl on their crossover to get people hyped for a show. Yeah, but then you go, oh well, they brought in Superman, and that's just people to get people into views, then they can see Batwoman. Then I guess that makes sense, but you know, you'd hope that it seems weird that they're just sort of like exiling legends. It just feels weird, you know, just because they've been in the other crossovers and stuff like that. But then again, I don't know, they might surprise us, but I highly doubt it. Have I watched Krypton? I've only watched like the first half of the season, so I'll have to. The first half isn't good. Like it's not a good show. The first half. I heard the second half's much better. I just have to get around to doing it. I don't think that season doesn't come out for a while though. I don't think season 2 comes out till next year sometime. Do you think in the 100th episode we will get the negative Speed Force? I don't know. Technically, it doesn't reverse Flash already have the negative Speed Force, so. Will I be doing Black Lightning and Supergirl vids next season? Well, I don't know. Black Lightning maybe. Black Lightning isn't a popular show on YouTube though. Like no matter who does it, they don't get views. So I don't think that the audience translates that well from watching it on TV to screen. And same with Supergirl. Supergirl doesn't do the best job either. The most popular shows that obviously I do. Well, the shows that I do. If the shows that I do upload on the channel are obviously the ones that I think translate well or better from people watching it on TV and then coming over to YouTube and watching reviews and stuff like that. Thoughts on the Flash suit? I really like it. The only issue is maybe the helmet, but I think it's just you don't have to wait till it's like he's walking around. Stuff like photos don't do it justice a lot of the time. So yeah, I'd rather wait till the actual show comes out or even trailers. Someone else, we could get trailers like even tonight or tomorrow. Actually, it's possibly tonight. In like an hour, we could get a trailer. Don't hold me by it, but we could get a trailer in like an hour from now. So, or within the next hour and a half or something like that. Don't ask me if it's going to happen, but it could happen. So, it's just, if anyone's in America, are they replaying an episode of The Flash? CW TV Guide. Are they playing an episode of The Flash tonight? Or rerun? Or are they not? It says they're not here. Actually, they are. It's 7 o'clock. Okay, so what time is it now? Okay, it's Central Time. What time is it now? Central. Okay, Flash is a rerun of The Flash in half an hour on the CW, and I'm guessing in half an hour elsewhere on the East Coast as well. So they could play a new trailer. It's 7:32 Eastern. Yeah, so at 8 o'clock it starts Eastern. At 7 o'clock it starts Central. So at 8 o'clock Eastern, there's a rerun of The Flash. So there could be a trailer while The Flash is playing. Now, I don't know if anyone wants to go and watch it, just in case there is. But this is the time of the year, if there's a rerun of one of the CW shows, it might be, if you're not doing anything, or if you are doing something, chuck it on the background, because you might get a new sort of like promo. So yeah, just keep your eyes out for that tonight. And if you do see one, holler at me on Twitter, obviously. So that should be starting in like 28 minutes, so, or half an hour roughly. So if you want, I don't know what episode they're playing. I can probably click it. No, it's not letting me click it. So I know what episode it is, but it's probably going to be an episode from season 4. It's the girl. Oh no, okay. It's the Flash Lose Yourself episode. So that's the episode that Ralph Dibny dies. I think it is. Is that the episode that Ralph Dibny dies or dies? That's not a bad episode. It's a pretty good episode. So it's not a bad one to rewatch. So yeah, I'd go watch it if I was in America. I'd go watch it. So you might be able to watch it and see if there is a new trailer. Now, it's not going to be, if it is a trailer, if there is a trailer on there, like a TV spot, it won't be just for the Flash, most likely. It could. Don't get me wrong, it could. It would most likely be a like a mix-up trailer. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen. Just that around this time of the year, when those shows are on reruns, if you are looking forward to trailers and you want to see them first, watch the reruns, because I'll play those little promo stuff, things and stuff like that. But yeah, just keep your eyes out for that if you are going to go watch it. But obviously, if it comes out, I'll try and do a video on it. If someone uploads it to YouTube or someone puts it on Twitter, one of the two. Hopefully, someone will. Yeah, I'll rewatch and try to get the trailer. Yeah, hopefully it's there. I'm guessing. I don't know when it would be, so you just have to pay attention, I guess. Will I upload a video or videos about Gotham? I want to, but Gotham isn't starting until like the beginning of next season. So once they release trailers and stuff like that, then I'll try and do it. Gotham's a show I wanted to do last season. However, it was on the same day as Arrow, and just because my channel, I'm a big fan of Arrow. Arrow is going to outweigh Gotham. So yeah. But thank you very much for that, Dr. Cringe. Greatly appreciated. With the $10, very generous. Hey, Pagey, I can finally afford to send one of these. Now, can you explain what you mean by the ship wars? Oh, essentially, the ship wars was essentially that that post by, I can put it up on screen. So essentially, this Leanne Aguilera, I'll just put it there, does a show on ET called Shipworthy, and as you expect, just because it's basically talking about ships, it's the most toxic thing you're gonna get. Like, what a stupid idea for a show. Just because it's going to end up being toxic no matter what. Even you can be as positive as you want, it's going to end up toxic no matter what happens. So it was a silly idea, but essentially it was just like, obviously certain ships of the Flash, sorry for knocking my mic, weren't happy about it, so it just ended up with some big drama. This was like about a week ago, maybe 5 or 6 days ago, one of the two. And yeah, it just ended up with some whole ship wars where that Leanne person decided to go on about it, saying, oh, blah, 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 whatever that Instagram post said. And what was I going to say? And she disabled her Instagram comments. I think it's still disabled, not 100% sure. Pagey posted a video. Oh my god, guys, I'm stuck in apartment 4. 100% not clickbait. I should do a video like that. That'd be a bit of a meme. Can I fit it in before the shows come back? Actually, yeah, there's heaps of time, but I don't know. Do I watch Stranger Things? Yes, I do. But thank you very much for that, Dr. Cringe. Greatly appreciate it. Hopefully I was able to answer that to the best of my ability. What was the... Do I watch Stranger Things? Yeah, I do. I can't wait for season 3. Yeah, season 3. So watching Shipworthy equates to booking a holiday to Chernobyl. Pretty much, if not worse. It's basically like, I don't think it's necessarily booking a holiday there. I think it's basically moving there. It's a show that is absolutely up the alley of the typical ET watcher. It's basically TMZ / National Enquirer for TV. Yeah, basically it's I felt sort of dirty clicking on it. I felt like I was going to contract something from it, just from even just clicking on it. Not necessarily watching it, just clicking on it. Is Gotham worth my time? Season 1's watchable. Season 1's bad. Season 2, the first half is good. The ending is bad. Season 3 is good, and Season 4 is good. So you'd hope that Season 5 is going to be as good as well. Like, once they knew what type of show they were, they got better. But the beginning of Season 2 is good. End of Season 2, not so good. And then Season 3 and 4 are good. Season 1, there might be a recap that you could watch on YouTube, and that's probably what I would do. That I wouldn't. This house is bitchin'. What do you call it? I wouldn't focus too much on diving too deep into that. It's okay, Alan. I think you've already apologised, mate. It's all good. Can we just forget about all the Arrowverse ships and how Oliver and Barry to be together? I'm sure there's... I don't even know if there's a ship for that. Flash Arrow? I'm guessing there actually would when the... Or Flaro? I don't know, one of the two. Dr. Cringe with another $5. Thank you very much for that. Also, could you make me a mod? I was promised this by you that it would be soon. I'm actually going to be doing I'm going to be redoing the mods in about... When is it? About just over a week's time, because there's another feature coming to YouTube where I think it's actually going to reset my mods. So I'll have to redo them. So if you are a mod and you're here, we'll have to fix something up there, but I'll keep you in mind, Dr. Cringe, because I know you are here consistently. But yeah, I've got to redo the mods, and I think it's about a week or something when YouTube has a new feature. So I'll have to get back to you in regards to that at that point. There's no point in me doing it now because, as I said, it's probably going to reset the mods in just over a week's time. Why did I name my channel Pagey? Just because I think I wouldn't want to call it like this. The biggest mistake you can make on YouTube, and I know it doesn't really matter all the time because if you put yourself in one group of content, it's hard to work yourself out of it anyway. But you still want to keep yourself open. But I didn't want to call myself like, speeds to general or something, like, even though that would be cringy as hell anyway. But you don't want to attach yourself to something. So if it's just Pagey, you know what I mean? You can be anything. That sounds weird saying that, but you can make your channel anything. And also, it's good to just identify with something like that. Like, you don't want to name your channel like Bob Smith. You want to have like something that sort of looks appealing. It's short, it's sweet, and just people know what to refer to you as. Because it was my nickname during high school, so that was just an easy thing to do with my YouTube name. Goes and starts a channel called Speeds to General. If anyone wants to take it, it's up for grabs. I'm not going to copyright it. So Speeds to General's up for grabs if anyone wants to take it. The DC TV show 3. I've told Ben multiple times, change your channel name, dude. Having your name be the DC TV show. Look, I think DC TV is going to be there for a while, but you wouldn't want to connect yourself to that. Just have that be your name. You'd want to change it up, but Ben hasn't listened. What do you think of podcasting? I don't mind podcasting. I'd be open to it. But yeah. Which upcoming Arabic show am I most looking forward to? Probably Flash, just because we've seen most of it. Just honestly, just Flash because we've had the most of the Flash out there. Arrow I'm looking forward to, but I'm looking forward to Legends as well. But once we see more of Arrow and Legends, I'm sure more hype will build up. Like Arrow the past couple of days has hyped me up more because we had the poster and some more like interviews come out. But Legends has been really quiet. Black Lightning's been almost silent, as if they didn't even have a new season coming out. It's really weird with them. But yeah, definitely Flash at the moment just because they've released the most. What did I miss with the title? Austin, you'll be able to scroll back the stream. It's just some stuff that was through Entertainment Tonight when they released a stupid show. I thought you were going to say that you shouldn't name it. Well, no, Boba Talks has got the right thing. He hasn't called himself Gotham Talks or Boba Gotham or even Bat Talks or something like that, or Boba Bat or something like that. Dr. Cringe with the $2. Thank you very much for that. Pagey, check the comment I left. My cringiness and the diagnosing of it is not the only reason my channel is called named Dr. Cringe. It's because I am a miscellaneous channel. I refuse to stay in the lane of all these top YouTubers. Fair enough. Yeah, Boba Talks is good. If I don't do Gotham this season, then go check out Boba for Gotham stuff. If you want to go check him out, he's definitely your go-to guy for the Gotham stuff. Do you think Lex will ever be in the Arrowverse? Maybe. The fact that Lois Lane is coming into the Arrowverse opens up the door for Lex to come in. So yeah, it's possible. Do you think he'll ever release merch? I'm still I'm weighed up. Like, I'm not like completely like yes, I'm not completely no. I'm still like in the middle because I want to release merch, but it's more like I don't want to just do like, I want to do stuff that isn't like necessarily attached to me. You know what I mean? It's just fun designs and stuff that I've just come up with. And I think what people would like. So just basically funny things from the show. Like, how I do the meme intros sometimes, like stuff that you would like, or just funny things from the show, like funny quotes, like this house is bitchin', or like the whole Captain Cold thing, like the whole 4 steps of the plan, that sort of meme, or We're the Flash, or Apartment 4. Funny things like that you'd put on merch. But I don't want to rush it, you know what I mean? Like I might start browsing for artists and stuff like that, but I sort of want it to be like a cartoon design, if you know what I mean. So it's not like just a picture of Cisco saying this house is bitching, because that'd be pretty lame. But like a sort of like a cartoon sort of drawing or something of those situations, or funny situations to put those quotes in and stuff like that. Yeah, the whole get the plan sort of thing that Captain Cold said. Sorry, I'm just scrolling, just looking at the comments coming through. You figure out the tattoo yet? I know, but I think We Are the Flash tattoo literally got like. Do I look at this? I don't really want to. I'm not going to actually. I'm too scared to. I think someone sent me a picture and it was on like 50% or something, if not more, maybe like 60%, which is a bit of a worry. Have I seen the Reverse Flash from Injustice 2? Could you imagine in the Arrowverse? Yeah, I've seen it. It's pretty cool. You went to high school in 8 days, RIP Haley. Well, yeah, get some RIP Haleys in the chat because stuff high school. 59% We Are the Flash. Oh, that's a worry. That's definitely a worry. That's not good. Arrow Season 7, Episode 4. How are you feeling about it? Lots of hype around it. Is that the episode called Level 2? Arrow 7 by 04. Yeah, Level 2, wasn't it? Don't play the audio, please, because I don't want this to... Level 2. Yeah, Level 2. I'm sure someone's already written in the chat, but yeah. I don't know. I don't even know what it means, to be completely. Does it mean Level 2 of the prison, or is it Level 2 of something else? Is it Level 2 of Apartment 4? Like, Apartment 4 might have, like, a staircase. Because Barry and Iris do, they have, like, a little loft. So maybe Apartment 4 does as well. So maybe there's an Arrow Flash crossover early on in the season. Oh my god, I really like that you made a drama alert thumbnail. They're so easy to replicate, it's not even funny. It took me... And my thumbnails are easy to make. It's basically picture, crop out another picture, white outline, arrow a lot of the time, and that's my thumbnail. That drama alert thumbnail took like 3 times less of the time, if that makes sense. Do you think we're going to see the likes of the Joker in the Arrowverse? Highly doubt it, just due to the fact that a show about Batman, Gotham, can't even really use the Joker. Like, it's all this Jerome stuff. They can't even call him the Joker, so I don't think we'd get him in the Arrowverse. Speeds. We have Speeds to General in the chat, so someone has changed their name or created a new account under the name of Speeds to General. So he is here, and I should have copyrighted it because I feel like suing someone. Should have copyrighted it. What's going on with Julian? I haven't seen anything about it. Well, in the show he just went back to London, but from what I heard, like it was something to do about like they wanted him back for the show, but he was doing something, and I think they weren't happy about him like not giving them prior notice. So I don't think they really want him back on the show. Something like that. Like he sort of like stuffed up their plans or something just because he didn't give prior notice as to what he was doing. But I think it's their fault because they mustn't have booked him in for next season. So they must have still been making up their mind off season, so you can't really blame Tom Felton. Sorry, my phone just buzzed. I need to make sure if it wasn't anything important. And it was... Was it? No, it wasn't. Sweet. Why do I hate Deji? He just got a really punchable face and his voice is annoying. Sorry, I'm just looking through the chat and just fixing something up on this side. All good. Who would I cast as Lex Luthor for the Arrowverse? I know a lot of people saying, like Michael Rosenbaum, but you wouldn't want him coming back into the Arrowverse and playing the same character. You'd come in playing like some other character. Like it's like with Tom Welling. You wouldn't bring him in and he plays Clark Kent. You'd bring him in and he plays someone else. Like he plays Lex Luthor or something like that. He's got hair, so it might be a bit of an issue, but you know what I mean? So, who would you get to play Lex Luthor in the Arrowverse? I don't know. I'm trying to think off the top of my head who you would get. Someone who's bald and could rock it. I would say Billy Zane. I'd say Billy Zane. He was on Legends, but he had hair on Legends, so maybe he could play it off. So I wouldn't mind him coming in and playing Lex Luthor. Look up Billy Zane. He looks like Lex Luthor from like the animated shows and stuff like that. And he's bald. He's naturally bald, if that's the way to say it. Here's the real question: who's going to get married first, Ariana Grande or Justin Bieber? If it even happens, I have no idea. Don't really look into that stuff. Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey already did play in Superman Returns. Fun fact about Superman Returns: that was filmed in Australia, and that was like my first experience ever seeing like a movie being filmed, because they filmed it in the city of Sydney where I live. So I remember I was in there with, I think I was there with my dad, and we just saw all these yellow cabs driving or taxis driving
This
around.
house
And
is
we don't
spiritual.
have yellow taxis in Sydney, in Australia. And like I think Melbourne, they have yellow taxis. In Sydney, they don't. So I was like, why are there yellow taxis? And then I saw like Daily Planet stuff, and I started, because that was like, around the time I was really getting into comic books and superheroes and stuff like that. Like around the ages of like 11 to 13. So I started freaking out, and then I found out they were filming Superman Returns. And like if you watch that movie and you're Australian, you'll see that there's like, especially if you live in Sydney, there's like things you're like, wow, I know exactly where that is. You can tell it's Sydney. And yeah. So that was like one of my first experiences. Listen to Michael Rosenbaum's podcast with Stephen Amell today. Yeah, I probably will. I listen to his podcast, Inside of You. I listen to it all the time. Not every single episode, because some of the guests just don't interest me. But if it is a guest that interests me, I'll always listen to it. So I'll probably put it on while... I usually listen to it while I'm driving. But my car's stuffed up. I don't have it at the moment, so I have to listen to it some other way. I might just wait a couple of days and listen to it after I get my car back. I don't know. Dr. Cringe with another $5. Thank you very much for that. What do you think is the possibility of Tom Felton being the Flash in the new Flash movie? Highly unlikely. I'd say extremely unlikely. Mainly because I don't think he fits it, to be completely honest. I know a lot of people don't like Ezra Miller, but I'd be shocked if they even did some sort of recasting with him, because I think the issue with Ezra Miller in the Justice League movie is that he was written to be the comedic character, which I can understand because he's like the younger member of the team, but I don't think it was necessary. So I think in his solo movie, it's going to be a different character. Much different character, actually. But thank you very much for that, Dr. Cringe. Greatly appreciated. Where do I rewind to hear about what the stream's about? It should just be if you hover over it, the little bar should come out. You should be able to rewind. What season of The Flash was my favourite? Season 1. But Season 2 was close, just the ending wasn't that good. Marvel or DC? DC. DC's just better in everything. I know the movie side, obviously they're not, but just in their universe, they're just better. What other shows do I like? Well, American Horror Story starts in 2 weeks or something. Extremely excited about that. iZombie, obviously, is a great show. You should watch that if you don't watch it. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Can't remember anything else off the top of my head, to be completely honest. What other shows do I watch? The Netflix shows and stuff like that. I would have Mark Strong play Lex, and if you don't know who he is, he's the bad guy in Kick-Ass. I think he's too big to play Lex in the Arrowverse. He's going to be Dr. Sivana in Shazam as well, so you see him slightly in the trailer that we got from Comic-Con. Have I ever watched The Walking Dead? Yeah, it just got crap. I'll be completely honest, Walking Dead just got so boring. I used to watch it with 3 of my mates. None of us watch it now. Just completely went off, just slid off. You obviously watch shitworthy Pagey, you don't like. Look, I don't like to be called out in stream, Canada Grass, so I'd rather... I would appreciate if it stopped, the whole calling out. I will deny it till hell freezes over, I guess, is probably the best way to put it. Are you excited about the crossover for AHS? Yes, I am. I'm very excited. I don't know how many episodes. It seems like it's going to take a couple of episodes for it all to cross over, but I'm excited to see how it does. You should have gone with my ship, Fingersnap. Great ship, love that one. Fingersnap, big fan of it. Barry is banging his stepsister. Well, feel free to take that over to West Ellen Twitter. I'd love to see the response, Jamil. I'd love to see it. Love to see the response there. Do you think Barry will learn a new power this season? Maybe the new suit comes with it sounds weird, but maybe this new suit allows new powers. Maybe do you count him being able to materialize the suit from the Speed Force a skill or a power? Because that could be counted as a power. We don't know how it's going to work, obviously. I'm intrigued to see how the whole flash ring works. Whether just like this, oh shit, I almost knocked my water bottle over my keyboard. That would have been a disaster. But yeah, I know if we know the suit comes out of the ring, but maybe just like, it's like part out of the ring and then part material. I don't know. But I don't know how the helmet comes out of the ring. Anyway, who knows? What is the West Allen Twitter? Just go hashtag West Allen and have a look through there. Maybe wear some protective gloves while going through there, but you can still go through there. I think it's safe for your eyes. Like, well, actually, maybe take some goggles just in case. Did I watch the KSI Logan fight? Yeah, I did. Didn't pay for it. Stuff that. Grant Gustin was the best possible casting for Barry Allen. Yeah, well, he wasn't their first one. That's the interesting thing. Like, I think he was up there, but I think he was like number 2 or 3. I think he was actually number 3. I think there was a couple of options ahead, but it's just like people can't take the role because bigger roles come out or something, or maybe their first choice maybe didn't have chemistry because their chemistry test was with Emily Bett Rickards, which is interesting. You think the chemistry read would be with whoever they maybe wanted to play Iris, but then obviously they needed Barry to be in Arrow season 2, so there couldn't have been an Iris, so it had to be with Felicity, I guess. Sorry, I'm just looking through the chat. God, I've been streaming for 53 minutes. These go extremely fast. I'll probably be ending this stream in like about 10-15 minutes, guys, just to give you a heads up. Thoughts on Snowberry? I don't mind it. I'm surprised I never did. Like, obviously, it was never going to be Endgame. I don't think it was ever going to be Endgame. I didn't know ever going to go down that road. However, I can't remember who was saying it. It's someone else. I think it's someone who does a podcast. Like, someone linked me it. And they were saying that Arrow probably took the right route by probably not having Oliver with Laurel just because, or having Oliver with Black Canary just because of the whole out in the town fighting and stuff like that. It might not have worked for a TV sense when you're doing episode after episode. With a movie it would work, but maybe with a TV show it wouldn't have. So having him paired up with Felicity would have worked. And someone made the same point about Iris. And I think the reason that's relevant now is because Iris has been shoved into Team Flash. So maybe that's why West Allen just maybe doesn't work for a lot of people now. If they were separate and Iris wasn't in Team Flash, then it would work because it'd be similar to Oliver and Felicity, where Felicity wasn't with Oliver, always out, like constantly with Oliver, if that makes sense. But I can't remember who they paired Barry with. The pairing that they made with Barry made sense, but I can't remember who it was. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Someone might know what I'm referring to. It was like a podcast or a video or something. But someone sent it to me like months ago. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through the chat. Who would you have play Red Hood in the Arrowverse? I have no idea. Like, they'd probably pick someone random to be completely honest. TG Viper 78 Riddle with the $5. Thank you very much for that. Do you think there is a conspiracy where Laurel and Quentin died in similar ways under the care of the same doctor? With Quentin, yes. I think it was weird that they never showed him dying. That's weird. Does anyone else find that weird? That they never showed him dying? It almost makes me think that Diaz, had people working in the hospital, and they had him killed because he seemed fine. Like, he seemed like he was going to survive, and then, he's dead. You know what I mean? That just seemed weird. With Laurel, like, we saw her die, and I think it was just terrible writing. But with Quentin, it could be bad writing that they never showed us him dying. But it just seems almost like it's weird at the same time. It just seems a bit fishy that they never showed us him dying and stuff like that. So they might dive into that in season 7, where maybe Black Siren or Laurel, what do you want to call her, feels a bit fishy about that as well. So maybe she goes diving into that. But yeah, I have the same weird feeling about Quentin, especially TJ Viper. Bit weird. That's okay, Theodorus, because we're going to wrap up the stream in about 5-10 minutes anyway. I'm still watching season 4 of Arrow, so thanks for the spoilers. We'll chuck an RIP in the chat for ZZ Zone. That's a bit of a bummer. What's your favourite comic series right now? Probably Green Arrow, just because I haven't started the new Snyder Justice League. That could go up there because it looks appealing, but I'm waiting for it to come out on trade paperback. What Earth do you think we're on? I'd like to say Earth 4 because I really don't think we're on Earth 1. There's too much weird stuff that goes on this Earth to be Earth 1. Am I going to cover Batwoman? Yes, I am. Or I hope I will. I'm pretty sure I damn will, but obviously when stuff comes out about it, we'll talk about it. What do I think of Willa Holland's exit? Well, I think she was like wanting to leave the show for ages. So I think it was just a long time coming. She just didn't really care about the show anymore. So she made the right decision. I think just getting out if she's not enjoying it. Don't I have a dog? Yes, he was in the background before, and he was on stream before. Oh wow! I just noticed there's literally mud all over the tiles. Not mud, more like dirt, but sort of mud. So I'm going to clean that up, which is awesome. But he's in the bedroom now. I just saw him then. That's why I was looking over there before, because he opened up the curtain from one of the windows. Will I get DC streaming or DC Universe? Well, DC Universe is going to be in Australia by the sounds of it, and DC streaming, I don't know. It matters what the shows they have there, because it seems like it matters what the shows they have on there, you know. Oh no, I can see my dog's paw. He's just lying over. You wouldn't, if I showed him, you wouldn't be able to see him. My dog's name is Cal. Cal. Okay, he's coming. Come on. Oh, he's standing there looking at me. Come on. Should be able to show you him. You can just see him there. Hey? He's just looking at me. Usually I don't call him over here. Usually it's Cal if we're like going to the door. So that's why he's probably just standing there. Oh no, here he comes. Do you want to come on the stream? Hey? Oh God, you're heavy. There we go. You want to have a chat? Want to say anything? No, not interested. I think he's reading the comments section. Hey? Oh, there you go. Yeah, I don't think he really wanted to talk too much. Hey? Not talkative? Just curious, aren't you? Hey? Oh, you're an idiot. He's got dirt all over his nose. You've been digging through the mud, haven't you? No. Don't. No. You've already been for a walk. Yeah, he's gotten massive, like, pretty quickly as well. Like, I only got him in, like, February or something, so he's pretty big. Yeah, he's getting, fairly out of hand. Dr. Cringe with the $2. I paid you lol, check your Twitter or mine. Check my Twitter. Oh wow. Well, that's you made a interesting tweet there, Dr. Cringe. He's written on Twitter, #West Allen. Barry is currently banging his stepsister. That's incest. This is who he should really be sleeping with. #Snowberry. Well, let's see if that's going to get some traction. I sort of pray for your interactions there, Dr. Cringe. You might be getting some of that good old toxic Twitter that you mentioned, so enjoy that. You still remember when there was 9 or 10, when you were 9 or 10, there were ads for Arrow on the Go channel? Yeah, I remember that. It used to be on Channel 9, then it went to Go, and then just went off. But now it's on Fox 8. Yeah, I think people don't think it's incest. I think people just like to say it's incest to trigger. So I'm just scrolling through. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't recommend going through #West Allen. It's probably not the best idea. You definitely might you might contract something, or you might get attacked randomly with like a knife. Who knows? Is it expensive to live in Australia? I don't know. When I was in America, like the thing in America is like all the food's cheap, but all your fruit and vegetables are terrible. Like, it's disgusting. I remember, like, we were over there and we bought, like, what did we get? We bought an avocado. I think it was, I don't know if it was expensive, but it was terrible. It was disgusting. And then we bought a watermelon, and it's just full. It said it was like it was just it was like dry. It was disgusting. I don't know what's wrong with your fruit and vegetables over in America. They're disgusting compared to like the ones you get in Australia. It was shocking. Like I couldn't eat it. It was disgusting. Like the fruit and vegetables over there was so bad. The vegetables weren't as bad, but the fruit was terrible. It was shocking. I couldn't believe it. But everything else, like everything, like all the other food, like even you just getting like bottles of water and stuff, it's cheap. But like, I couldn't believe the fruit. Like the fruit situation over in America was just shocking. I couldn't believe it. Well, at least in LA, it was just terrible. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. What was it? We were there in December, so it was like, well, we got. It was just bad. Like all the fruit over there was terrible. The vegetables weren't that bad, but like they were worse than they are in Australia. But yeah, the fruit, yuck. It was shocking. No, I went to Ralph's. Did go to Whole Foods once, and that seemed okay. But went to Ralph's, and that's where the terrible fruit was. So I don't know. I think Cal went out there. I think. Yeah, I think Cal went out the back. Here he comes. Sorry, I was just reading something on my phone. Welcome, Ronnie or Roni. I'm not too sure how I'd pronounce that, but welcome. Sorry, I'm just looking through the chat. What month did I visit? I visited in December. So what? Beginning of December. I was there for like 2 weeks or something. They called out the Olicity double wedding in the Shipworthy episode. Oh well, that's not a smart idea. That might have been a possible reason behind some targeted assault there. That might have been something that happened there. Is the Supergirl show good? Define good. Like is watchable a thing? Is watchable a term to use? Because it's watchable. It wouldn't necessarily. It's good. Yeah. Okay. Maybe it was a bad season for fruit. Sorry for slagging American fruit, but I know in Australia, I think the watermelon's good all year round. So I don't know. Can I do more Marvel videos? It's too toxic. Can't be bothered getting into it. It's literally all clickbait, so I can't be bothered. Season 3 is probably the best season of Supergirl, and it like the first half of it's good, like it's pretty damn good, or pretty good. Back half, wouldn't go that far, wasn't that great, and then season 1 and 2 I wouldn't rewatch them. That's the best way to put it. Your weather is good all year long. You get like a month of crap weather up here, but it's still, where I live at least, it's fairly warm still during the day. In other parts of the country, it's like raining. Can that stop going off? Sorry, my phone keeps buzzing from like one message that comes in. Usually it just buzzes twice. It's buzzed 4 times now. What's your opinion on flat earthers saying all Australians are fake and Australia's a hoax? Well, they're flat earthers, so that's probably I don't think I really have to go any more in depth in regards to that. I saw this video the other day, and it was Americans try Aussie foods or whatever, and they put water with like that sounds disgusting. Okay, so like Milo, for those that don't know, is like malted barley powder or something like that. Like it almost tastes like chocolate. It's like a chocolate sort of taste. We put it with milk, it makes like a sort of like chocolatey milk sort of thing, and obviously they put it with water like idiots. They must have thought it was like coffee or something. Who knows? Favorite season of Arrow? Probably season 2. So I'm just scrolling through the chat. "99% of avocado is imported from Haas plantations in Mexico." Is it? That's interesting. Didn't know that. Okay, you can watch the Supergirl movie or the Supergirl TV show. You have to pick one. Do I have to watch a whole season of the Supergirl TV show? Because if that's the case, I just pick the movie. Do I like Damian Wayne? Yeah, I don't mind him. A lot of people hate him. I wouldn't say I love him. Like, I think it's like a love-hate thing with Damian Wayne a lot of the time. I don't mind him though. I think he's pretty decent. Who will be the main villain for Titans? You'd think probably Trigon, but they could do something with maybe it's Brother Blood or something. Who knows? But anyway, that Flash episode should have started now. So I'm actually going to end the stream now. Just because we've been streaming for almost an hour and 10 minutes. But yeah, if you want to go watch that Flash rerun, go watch it because you might get a new trailer. You might get to see it first, a new little promo thing. If it doesn't happen, that sucks. But you know, the Flash rerun's on tonight. So this is around the time of the year where they do put those new promos and stuff on reruns. So maybe go over watch, see if it happens and stuff like that. If it does, let me know through Twitter, and I'll browse the internet and try and get the trailer for it. So I can do a video on it, and that video could be out later tonight or something like that. But thanks, guys, for tuning in. Hopefully you had a good time. Thank you to everyone that donated. Greatly appreciated. Very generous of you guys to do that. And yeah, I'll catch you maybe in a couple of hours' time for a trailer breakdown. If not, I'll catch you tomorrow morning for another video, or tomorrow morning my time at least for another video. And yeah, I'll catch you later, guys, and goodbye.